Welcome to the tutorial on consignment accounts. This is the third part of this tutorial. In this third part, we are going to learn about the entries in the books of consignee. Entries means journal. The journal that should be recorded in the books of consignee. Here, consignee means the agent who has received the products or goods from the consignor to sell the products. We can see the journal entries that should be recorded in the books of consignee are whenever the consignee, the agent, receives the goods in the consignment process, the consignee should not make any journal entry in the books of consignee, but he can record the details of the goods received in a separate book such as consignment inward book. It's one kind of record to understand the total received amount of goods or products from the consignor. But there is no need to make any journal entry at the time of receiving the goods from the consignor as a consignment process. Then we can see after receiving the goods, if the consignee pay any advance payment to the consignor, then this journal could be given. We can see whenever the advance is paid in the mode of cash or bank draft, then since you are paying cash, that's why cash or bank account credit, and the amount is going to be received by the consignor, that's why consignor account debit. I am repeating, today we are learning about the journal entries in the book of consignee. Whenever the consignee provide any advance payment after receiving the products, the journal is consignor account debit and cash or bank account credit. But instead of cash, if the consignee issue a bill as a advance payment, then the journal is somewhat same as like above, consignor account debit and bills payable credit. And whenever the consignee make any payment for any expense, then the journal is consignor account debit, cash or bank account credit. Then we can see whenever the goods are sold in cash, then the journal is cash or bank account debit, consignor account credit. But if the sale is made on credit, if the products are sold on credit, not in cash, on credit, then the journal process would be different, and that process will be discussed in the later part of this tutorial. Then we can see the commission that is receivable by the consignee should be recorded as consignor account debit and commission received account credit. After deducting all the expenses and commission from the sales proceed, the remaining amount should be sent by the consignee to the consignor. For sending the remaining payment, the journal is consignor account debit and cash or bank account credit. We can see the last date of the accounting year, if there is any balance, debit or credit balance, it should be shown in the balance sheet. under the name of sundry debtors or account receivable or sundry creditors or accounts payable. We can see that in the book of consignee, the consignee does not make any entry for the closing stock, as well as the consignee don't need to ascertain any profit and loss because he is just receiving the commission as an agent. But since the commission is a revenue for the consignee, that revenue should be transferred to his profit and loss account at the end of year. These are the initial discussion about the journal entries that should be recorded in the books of consignee. Now we are going to see a practical illustration. We can see on 31st December 2020, Drug International Limited of Dhaka, this is the consignor, Drug International Limited of Dhaka sends 500 cases of medicine costing Dhaka 1000 per case to Medicine Corner of Munshigons on consignment basis. Here, Medicine Corner of Munshigons, it is the consignee, and our today's discussion is to show the journal entries in the books of consignee. Here, the consignee is Medicine Corner of Munshigons. However, we can see the consignor here, the Drug International Limited incurred the following expenses: packing expense, insurance expense, freight expense, forwarding agent expense. However, since we are not going to journalize this issue because these are the expenses of consignor, but now we are going to learn about the journal entries for the consignee. I mean the journal entries for the medicine corner, who is the consignee or agent in this illustration. We can see on 31st December the medicine corner, I mean the agent or the consignee, forwarded an account sales. We know that after making the sales, the consignee, I mean the agent, prepares an account sales, and in that account sales the consignee mentioned the amount of sales as well as the rate of sales. We can see 200 cases of medicine have been sold at the rate of Taka 1250, as well as 250 cases were sold at the rate of Taka 1200, and the remaining 50 cases were not sold. However, we can see the medicine corner here. The medicine corner is the agent or consignee. The medicine corner paid the following expenses: cartage Taka 2000, unloading Taka 1000, and godown rent 2000. As well as we can see consignee has sent a check with the amount of Taka 4 lakh. And we can see the medicine corner, I mean the consignee, is entitled to receive a 5% commission on the sales proceed. Now we need to show the journal entries that should be recorded in the books of consignee, I mean medicine corner of Munshigons, as well as we will prepare the required ledger, I mean the accounts. So from this illustration, the first journal should be made for the expenses provided by the consignee. Here the consignee is medicine corner. We can see the consignee paid 2000 for cartage, 1000 for unloading, and 2000 for godown rent. Since the amount is paid, that's why cash credit, and the debit side is showing the Drug International Limited. It is the name of the consignor. So for payment by the consignee, the journal is Drug International Limited debit and cash account credit. Here Drug International Limited is the consignor, and the payment is paid by the consignee. That's why the journal is consignor account. Here the consignor is Drug International Limited, and the credit side is showing the cash account. Here there is a star sign, which is indicating that the journal entries which is related to cash should be recorded in the cash book. However, we have done our first journal for the expenses incurred by the consignee. Here the consignee is medicine corner. Then the second journal would be for the sales proceed based on the account sales. I would like to remind you that now we are learning about the journal entries for the consignee, and the second journal would be for the sales proceed. We can see 200 bucks at the rate of taka 1250, 250 bucks at the rate of taka 1200. Journal is cash account debit and Drug International Limited account. Here Drug International is the consignor, but we are recording it in the book of consignee. The consignee will record as cash debit. We can see 200 bucks at the rate of taka 1250 and 250 bucks at the rate of taka 1200. The total amount of sales proceed is 5,50,000, and the journal is cash account debit and Drug International Limited. Here it is the consignor, Drug International Limited credit 5,50,000. Now we will record the commission that is receivable by the medicine corner. Medicine corner is the consignee. The journal is Drug International Limited debit and commission received account. It's a revenue for the consignee. We are recording the journal in the books of consignee. The commission is a revenue for the consignee. That's why the commission is credit and Drug International Limited debit. What is the amount? We can see 5% commission. Commission should be calculated on the total sales proceed. Here the amount of sales is 5,50,000 and the commission is 5%. Total amount is 27,500. Now we are going to record the payment that was sent by the consignee to the consignor. We can see the payment is 4 lakh. The journal is Drug International Limited. This is the consignor who has received the check. So the journal is Drug International Limited debit 4 lakh and the check is paid on the basis of bank transfer. That's why bank is credit 4 lakh. And at the end of this journalizing process, the consignee will transfer the commission receipt to the profit and loss account. The journal is commission receipt. Here commission receipt is credit, but since we are going to transfer it to the general profit and loss account of the consignee, since we are transferring, the credit will be debit and we are transferring this commission receipt to the profit and loss account. That's why commission receipt account debit 27,500, profit and loss account credit 27,500. And most of the time I inform you that whenever you make the journal entries, then based on the journal entries you can prepare the ledger very easily. If we prepare the ledger for Drug International Limited, then this is the format of ledger. Drug International Limited, here it is the debit side and here it is the credit side. As usual, we can see this is the ledger account Drug International, and we need to find out whether Drug International is debit or credit in the journal. We can see here Drug International is shown in the debit side with the amount of 5,000. So since this is shown in the debit side, that's why we will write the amount in debit side. In the accounts title we will write the opposite name. Here opposite is cash. Again we can see Drug International Limited is shown in the credit side, thus we have written it in the credit side. And what is the opposite name? That should be written in the accounts title. We can see here opposite name is cash account. Again we can see here Drug International Limited is shown in the debit side with the amount of 27,500. That's why in the ledger we will write this amount in the debit side, and the accounts title column we will show the opposite name. Here opposite name is commission received. Again, Drug International Limited is shown in the debit side, so we have written it in the debit side, and the opposite name is bank account, so here bank account. Ultimately, we have shown all the journal related to Drug International Limited, and there is a difference. What is the difference? 1,17,500. This is the balance CD. So this balance CD is the balance of this ledger. So this is the ledger on Drug International Limited. This is the ledger book that is prepared in the books of Consignee. So in the same way, you can prepare the other ledger account based on the journal entries.